lights in the night patrol. K9 by my side, aching soul. Whip up a storm in the kitchen heat. Outsmart the game, never miss a beat. Green thumb in the dirt we grow. Friends with devil dog going toe to toe. Cooking meals fit for a king. Uniform strong, let them freedom ring. Police power, smart and fine. Heart of gold in every line. Serve with pride, protect and show. Life of honor, let it flow. Police power, smart and fine. Heart of gold in every line. Serve with pride, protect and show. Life of honor, let it flow. Patrol the beat around the block. Crime and chaos, we're the shock. Dogs loyal, love them true. Badge of courage, painted blue. Late night calls don't slow me down. In my garden, wear the crown. Cooking meals with flair and fun. The badge I wear, second to none. Police power, smart and fine. Heart of gold in every line. Serve with pride, protect and show. Life of honor, let it flow. Late night calls don't slow me down. In my garden, wear the crown. Cooking meals with flair and fun. The badge I wear, second to none. Police power, smart and fine. Heart of gold in every line. Serve with pride, protect and show. Life of honor, let it flow.
I'm sorry, JCT. I hadn't seen it. I hadn't been to the. Typically, we got an agreement at my house, and my wife just checks the. My wife tends to check the. Oh, my pleasure. It's always a pleasure to see you, Des. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for doing the redirect. At my house, if I check the mail and there's something Tammy needs, then there's an issue, and if there's something I need, Tammy checks it. She usually tells me about it, but we will check the mail and check the post office tomorrow. Nikki, what are you doing? She's just laying her head down on the desk. That's all right. All right. Cool. We got Chuko.
Oh, my hair's still messed up. Son of a bitch.
Hey, Retro.
Hey, Retro.
Hey,
I don't think I've ever met you, sir.
how you doing, buddy? I've been on his panel before, so I'm a nice guy.
I've never been at. I had been on the town before, but never with you, sir.
Well, nice to see you.
You too.
Chuko's good people. Retro's good people. There's a bunch of good people that come in here, and I'm very appreciative of every one of them.
Everybody that comes to Gary is good people.
That's true.
Sorry, go ahead, you please.
Once in a blue moon, we get a troll or something, but it don't happen too often. Mostly, we got just a lot of awesome people come in here. It's actually very humbling if you stop and think about it. And I guess when I first started, it was hard to get over that. Just because of the fact that why would anybody want to come see me? I talk a lot. That is true, but I don't know.
Brother, don't feel bad. I'm a talker too.
Well, hey, it's all good. And Nikki's, she's so sweet. Rosemary's got an issue, I think, with her eye, and I got a full day tomorrow. Well, I say a full day. We need to go through and see if we can get. Uh, oh, hey, how's it going, Jess? Sh- Shahir, Jessa,
That's a chat, man.
the yeah. Hey, thank you for coming in. It is appreciated, and he's got channels. So let's give him a moderator position so he can check out some of the other channels. I don't want him feeling sad because he ain't blue,
Well,
um, which is kind of ironic because the whole thing about being blue, if you're blue, you're sad typically, but not on here.
Yeah.
So,
It's
but
just kind of nice to be able to click on go to channel
yeah,
and you go there
I
instead
agree.
of report channel because the three dots right at the end, it's go to channel or report channel. I don't know
I
if you
hear
ever
you.
noticed that.
I noticed. I've been doing YouTube for about 12 to 14 years. So,
Well, I will say this: I like your hat there, retro. It's a
thanks.
newsy. They call that a newsy hat, I think.
It's my Irish cup. I wear it. It's giving my head one of those.
Well, when I was
Is it
single,
cold over there, sir?
Yeah, but I had to turn on my fan in my room because it got overheated because of the heating. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed my little subheading in the title. Yeah,
You
the
got a new setup?
yeah,
yeah, uh, belt loop.
yes.
My old table broke. Like, it fell apart.
Well,
It
that's
was,
not good.
well, it was falling apart. The thing is, it was like one of the legs was cracked and rusted. It's a metal frame table. It's a
Yeah.
gaming desk sort of deal. And it was leaning. I'm like, what is going on? So I look, I'm like, oh, that's not good. So it says, I'm going to get rid of the table and figure something out. So I grabbed my little end table from the end of my bed, using that as my desk. I'm using my nightstand to hold that computer. I also found my little my, my fold up tail that was over here, and I'm using that for my coffee pot. So, but I gotta say, I'm not too used to this like little cubby hole situation. So,
Hey, you're making it work though, right?
yeah, I'm just glad I had this stuff to do it. My microwave is still over there, so that's good. I didn't have to move that. So,
No microwave, no chicken right now.
hmm?
They don't heat up no chicken.
Nah.
I was listening to somebody today,
Hmm.
and they brought up an interesting point. Um, there, and it was just talking about how in society today,
Hmm.
you have, the reason why you can't take everything down to the lowest common denominator.
Hmm.
And the point to it was that you have those individuals that are self-sufficient that go through and meet their needs through their actions, their work, their etc. And then there will always be those out there that take more than what they produce. And so, from a strictly numerical value thing, that's if you have one that's a plus one, one's a minus one, ultimately it's going to end up being zero, and you have no growth. You only have stagnation or death of society. Um, I don't know why I was focusing on that,
I
but
don't know either, but
anyhow,
hmm.
it was. Y'all ever watch Tim Pool?
Nope.
Guess so?
I like I like Tim Pool. He talks. Now I try to stay away from politics, and he does talk on some on politics, but it's he seems to be pretty common sense on a lot of things. And hey, Quint Nelson, good to see you, brother.
I think it's
Quincy?
time. I think it's time
My
for the.
brother Quint. My brother Quint is online?
Yeah,
Hello,
Oh my God.
hello,
Hello, Quint.
Quentin. That calls for the sound box.
Shit, I almost want to do a shot just because Quint's online.
hey, we can do one. Sweetheart, I'm gonna have to let me get one ready.
Me too.
I'm still working on the caramel, salted caramel. Nikki, you cannot have this.
I'm still drinking Penelope.
I don't drink, but I have this mock wine, non-alcoholic.
Well, that's fine.
Mach one. What's Mach one?
Mock wine, like a mocktail, but it's mock wine. It's non-alcoholic wine. So
Hey,
Okay.
uh,
You can always smoke a joint. I don't know.
I don't smoke either. I've got bad
Good
issues.
for you, sir. Good for you, man. I'm very happy.
all right.
Quint Nelson,
The
my
Quentin,
brother.
my
Uh,
brother,
Love you, sir.
he's
you
Like a
awesome.
two,
brother.
you two take a shot. I gotta grab my cup for this in order to do that. So
It's okay. You can do water, sir.
Yeah, water's fine.
hmm.
The
Making it
Quint
sound like
Nelson is my brother. He's vet. He's a veteran. He's an
hmm.
Army, Air Force guy, and he's a ex police chief.
that's
So
right.
he's a beautiful guy.
Okay.
Quint
He is.
Nelson. Cheers to you, sir.
Cheers to you, Quinn.
Mhm.
All
Excellent.
right. I'll be right back because drinking straight from the bottle did not feel right. So
Okay, sir.
I'll be right back. I'm on mute.
Okay, Nikki, you sweetheart. Yeah, Nikki's wanting some attention. So the yeah we no, I mean it is technically Saturday, but a drink or two after dinner. Uh, yeah, just social drinking. I mean, I don't do a whole lot of. In fact, I can honestly tell you that this year I have not touched a drop except for when I was alive. So, if you look at all my lives, it may look like I'm doing a lot of drinking, but I really ain't. So,
Well, good thing I went in your life every day because I've been drinking every day. I,
well,
I honestly can say I drink a lot.
I don't mind drinking, but when I was young, I drank too much, and I did some crazy stuff that people were telling me about you know, the next day,
Uh-huh.
and so I wanted to be able to remember what I did, and so I would well
I
let me
am.
I would start out with a six pack of tall boy Budweisers, and I would drink that, and then I would move on to I would go get me a bottle of wine, Reunited peach wine. Don't ask me why, but that's what I like, and so I would drink
Okay.
that. And then after that, I would go to the liquor store and I would get me a bottle of either Jack Daniels or Jim Beam. And the last thing I ever remember on any of those nights, last thing I could actually remember was turning the bottle up and drinking it till I cleared the neck, making sure I had.
Absolutely.
And so once I did that, it was kind of, I couldn't remember anything.
A lot. Yeah, you absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's like with me, it's like Johnny Walker. You
Mm,
know, you ever hear that song Johnny Walker Red or Johnny Walker Black or what? You know what?
mm,
Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. I learned early in life liquor was not my stuff,
No.
but I also learned later in life that a couple beers, a little bit of liquor,
mm.
it was good because you know what? I found Johnny Walker Blue. I found tequila. I found I have found different things that you don't have to shoot them to get drunk fast and quick
Right.
because enjoy them, man. Enjoy them. I met a man and he's like, man, enjoy what we're drinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Enjoy what you're drinking instead of getting all effed up.
Yeah.
And I have not had gotten effed up like that since then because I enjoy Crown Royal. I enjoy not Jack Daniels, but I Jack Daniels 12-year and 10-year. Yeah, I don't know if you ever had them, Gary, but they're very good. They're like bourbons.
I have. I have been to one of the rick houses up
Okay.
in Kentucky where they
Yeah.
make the bourbon.
Lynchburg,
Yeah. This was one. I think Maker's Mark is up in where is that?
Kentucky. It's
Yeah,
in Kentucky, near Lexington. Yeah, yeah. I love
yeah,
Maker's Mark.
and
I have like I have like 20 bottles of Maker's Mark sitting over there.
oh wow,
Different Maker's Mark, different because they're all different.
yeah, I believe it. But we went and toured the facility, and after we went through the rick house, we went through and
Oh,
had
awesome.
tasting, and
Beautiful.
so it was kind of interesting to do that.
Yeah.
And they talked about sipping whiskey, or something that you just a little bit of,
Uh-huh.
they talked about the differences between single barrel, double barrel,
Oh
blended,
yeah. Twice barreled. Oh my God.
and I found that extremely interesting.
That's very awesome. Yeah, because
uh,
I have 10-year Jack Daniels 10-year, 12-year, and 14-year, and I have the twice barreled uh uh single and the rye, twice barrel rye, and I'm telling you what, every one of them is phenomenal.
I believe it.
Yeah.
But
I'm not
what
bringing them to Texas though,
I
because
don't
they're
blame.
all open. Because they're all open. I ain't bringing no open liquor.
I understand. I don't blame you. The Four Roses. Yep. In fact,
Four Roses is beautiful.
if you get 3 bottles, you can give your wife a dozen roses.
Ask Quint if he's likes Woodford Reserve.
But
Quint, do you like Woodford Reserve?
hey, Quentin, come on up, brother. I pinned the link. Be good to have you up here. But I mean,
Where I go.
when I was young, I just didn't have any breaks. Now, I don't mean I didn't have breaks as far as opportunities, that type of thing. What I mean is I didn't know when to stop.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Me
so,
either. That I drink beer. That's why I always drink beer.
yeah, well, that's a good idea. I
But
don't,
but I also knew that if I didn't want to drink beer, Crown Royal was my drink. Crown Royal. Wait, that I've always loved Crown Royal. I don't know, man. I mean, since I was a kid, I like Crown Royal, and I've always liked it. And but I'm a big drinker, man. I mean, I'm pretty fat now, but you should have seen me 3 years ago. I mean, I was really 322 pounds, and but
hey,
I
I'm
quit drinking beer and I quit drinking pop.
the, now let's talk fine cigars. I'm afraid I don't know much about cigars. Maybe Swiss or Swedes. That's about it.
I don't know nothing. Cacapupu by cigars. I don't smoke nada.
Well, when I was young, I mean, really young,
Don't smoke
15,
either, buddy.
16, I smoked like a Swiss or Sweet on occasion. And to be fair, when I was chasing women back in the day, if I was in a bar or a dance club, whatever you want to call it, I would occasionally drink or not drink, but a black cherry, blackberry, Crown Royal. I had some of that. I don't know if I still do. Let me look. Hang on. I've got apple. I've got salted caramel. I've got vanilla, I think. I've got peach. I've got traditional. I bought some blackberry, but apparently I gave it away. And they only had a couple bottles of it left. And so I don't know if I'll be able to get any more of that. So, Penchuco, you run marathons now. It's good. I believe it, JCT. I didn't get a chance to try it. I get a lot of times. Uh, the I have I bought a case of Crown Royal. I think it was last year for Christmas. We actually went over to Louisiana to get it. Um, but I see.
Gary, get the police. I gotta get going, butter. Sorry to leave so soon. It's it's early, and I got stuff I gotta do, butter.
All right.
Good night, brother.
Hey, thanks for coming in, Retro.
Of course,
All
always a
right, man.
pleasure.
We'll see you again, okay?
Yeah, we will.
All right, bro.
Take care.
Good
Have a
night.
good night. Well, it seems to me if you don't learn anything in life, then what's the kind of the point? So when I got married, I quit chasing women.
I
Quit
did.
drinking so much. You know, I can take it or leave it. It doesn't affect me one way or the other. Eddie keeps playing, acting like I'm an alkie or something, but
You're not? Son of a bitch. How are we going to hang out, sir?
well, I don't mind drinking. It's just I'm not. I'm not.
I'm teasing. I'm
I
teasing.
know, but I mean, I don't have to have. I don't have to have anything at this point in my life.
I can have water. I can have water
Hey,
and
that's
be
what
just
I've
as
been.
happy.
That's what I've been drinking all day. And
That's
these
that.
days, that's there we go. That's mostly what I drink.
Mhm.
I've kind of gotten back to where I'm doing a low carb, high protein thing. Just trying
You
to.
look good, man. I was going to mention that you look like you're losing weight.
I've dropped back down to about. Well, I'm about 200 pounds at this point.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, absolutely.
but when it's funny when I went to the police academy. Most people lost weight at the police academy. At a police academy, I actually gained 10 pounds.
Because they gave you all that food you wanted to eat.
Well, they gave me the food I wanted to eat, and my weekends I would go through. And when I was when I left on Thursday nights or Thursday afternoon, I would come home, and they always, the rules were you went through, you changed your shirt so that you weren't representing the police academy that weekend. And
Yeah.
so I would come home, change my shirt, and I'd go over to a place called Ward's. It's over in Pelahatchie. I'd pick up my wife. I'd pick up my niece, who was living with us at the time, and I guess her boyfriend was staying here as well. And they ended up getting married, even though they've been since divorced. And we would drive down to a place called Ward's over in Pelahatchie, which is really back the other way. I would have been better off going the other direction.
Okay.
But I had to pick up Tammy and
It's only
Erica.
fine, man.
And well, see, Ward's has these chili cheeseburgers. And so I would go over, I'd have me a chili cheeseburger. And I'd stop and grab me some, a thing of Reese's when I came back to the house. And so I'd put the Reese's in the refrigerator. I'd eat the Reese's over the weekend, a little bit at a time. And then I'd have to go back to the academy on Sunday. And I wouldn't be back home till Thursday. But, we did plyometrics, calisthenics, that type of thing. And we did a lot of running. And I guess, muscle's heavier than fat. So, even though I had dropped down to, I was like it, I dropped down to 270. I had, 170 while I was getting ready to go to the academy. By the time the academy came around, I was at 280. And then by the time I got 180, sorry. And by the time I got out of the academy, I was at 190. But I could sit there and run 5 miles. I could sit there and, do push-ups for long periods of times. I was in good physical shape at that time. And
Good for you.
that's been 10 years ago. I was the oldest person to graduate in my class,
So what
and
were you? 38?
I was 50 years old. So went through the police academy at 50 years old. Um, well,
Yeah.
I was the oldest person to graduate. We had a few people that entered it older than that, but they didn't make it through. So
Okay. Okay.
uh, anyhow, I did okay at the police academy. I didn't do as well in the things thought I was going to do well in. I mean, I did
Really?
well. Yeah. I mean, the fact is, when I was in college, my grades were really good. I mean, I had
Okay.
and anyhow, I thought that academics was going to be my strong suit, but turns out, uh,
Physicality was?
well, I was just stressed, and so I couldn't really study. I mean, I graduated. How many push-ups can you do now? At that time, I did 84 push-ups in 2 minutes, and did 84 push-ups in 2 minutes. Did They only counted 74, but it doesn't really matter because it doesn't anything over 64, you don't get any more score.
Yeah.
So in my age group, so at 50 years old, I maxed out the push-ups. Um, I did a mile and a half, I guess, in 11 minutes and 51 seconds, I want to say. So, I was running pretty good at the time. Uh, anyhow, it was,
Good, man. That's good.
yeah, well, I was happy with it. Um, there was only two people that I had a higher PT score than I had. Thank you, JCT. I appreciate that. Um, anyhow, I mean, at 50 years old, but I'm noticing that well, at, at 10 years ago, I could drop weight a lot quicker than I can now.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just a natural thing.
So I'm learning. I'm still working on it, but
Yep.
I turned down donuts today. I turned down cupcakes on St. Patrick's Day. I turned down, I'm being kind of strict. A couple of years ago,
You
I
just sucked them all up.
well, if you'd caught me a couple of weeks ago, I'd have taken advantage of those. I would have taken advantage of
I
those.
understand, Gary. I understand.
But anyhow, it's it's hard to accept sometimes that I am getting older, and so, but it is what it is. Hey, Ace.
I'm 63, man. I understand 100%.
Well, Hey, it's always nice to talk with somebody who's in my age.
Every calorie, every fat, and every whatever it is that you don't understand, they're hitting you different. I work out every single day. I mean, I either do 1 hour on the treadmill or I do 45 minutes going on my track on the outdoor track. Walking the dog or whatever it is. But it's always about the what you're intaking,
Yeah,
what
that's
you're
true.
eating and not eating. I mean, because it, you know, you, you, you can eat two Snicker bars in one day, and it's not going to match the 45 minutes you walked today. So,
Right.
I mean, what
Well,
I think I heard you say that you're on a low carb, high protein diet right now.
I am.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Well,
yeah.
what I have found for me to be successful at this recently, there's a couple things I have to do. One of which is cut out coffee.
Yeah.
Um, and I have
I've
to take,
never drank coffee, so I don't know. Yeah.
well, I was pretty addicted to it. In fact, it gave me a headache for like 8, 9 days when I gave it up the first time.
Okay.
And But I also have to take a daily vitamin. And what else am I doing? Well, right now, but I also have to make sure that whatever I'm eating is not something that I'm eating just for the pure enjoyment of the taste.
Okay.
So I've got to where I'm eating a couple basic things. I'll go about once a week. I'll go to the China buffet and I'll eat their. They have several
Crab
things.
legs. Oh,
Uh, well, I do eat the crab legs, which
good for you, man.
um, but there's also like a grilled chicken with brown sauce. Although I try to get rid of as much as the brown sauce as I can.
Yeah.
And there's
Hard to
another.
get rid of this thing that tastes good, ain't it?
Well, yeah. Uh, so most of the time, even though I used to love ribs. I've got to where I eat those regularly. Um,
Okay.
I bought a slab of ribs, and usually I can stretch a slab of ribs out to 2 days because I'll eat half of them one day, maybe more than that, and then
Okay.
the other half the next day. But the last time I only ate, I ate half of them one day, and then the next day I only ate like two ribs.
Okay.
It's if I'm when the body starts changing and the body starts adapting to what you're eating,
Absolutely.
um, it starts burning some of the fat as opposed to the carbohydrates and what have you that I'm used to taking in. Then you know uh, I'm not going through the same withdrawal from the carbohydrates that I was before because I was kind of sticking to a low carb thing, but I wasn't being real strict. I'd still eat some donuts or
Yeah.
you know every now and then, but it wasn't as bad. But now I'm getting kind of strict on it again. So anyhow, um, but I guess I've only dropped probably 10 pounds this time, 8, 10 pounds, something like that. And even that may be stretching. It may only be 6 at the moment, but who knows? I'm just trying to get back into shape where I can feel better. After all, we only have one body.
Yeah. I have one. Only one, bro.
So you got to take care of it. And I don't reckon they uh, don't respect donuts. I hear you, Quint. I do love donuts, although it kind of depends on where they're from. You know, some donuts are better than not all donuts are created equal.
Not
Some donuts tend to be dry. Others tend to be.
you know you're talking. Oh, you guys are both cops. I'm Army guy. I just
That's right. It
you
is the
know
29th. Happy 29th, everybody. And I
what's going
will.
on?
Today is the 29th. I typically send out a well, not always. When I think about it, I'll send out a post on that and tell people happy 29th. I,
Okay.
I tend to be a little over I don't even know the word for it, but overindulgent on the number 29. It's just something I notice all the time. So, and I blame my buddy Trucker Jay. You know,
I think the 2.5 was carried over for me every day.
29.
Yeah, 2.5 must carry over for me every day because I overindulge every day
Uh,
for many years, many years.
well, I do tend to be a bit obsessive over it. Yeah,
Yeah,
we do. You know, that was Quint's badge number 29.
yeah,
So you got to respect.
2906, right, or something like that.
As far as I know, it's just 29. I know I can't. He sent me uh, a picture the other day that had his badge with 29 on it, so I can't.
Yeah,
You know,
2906. I think it is his badge number or something like that.
it may
It's
be.
2916 or oh shit. I got his hat or his shirt. I got one of them. Dang
Yeah,
it.
but anyhow, I just thought it was pretty cool. Um,
Okay.
anyhow, man, I hate that you staying up so late. When you got to get up so early and what have you. You don't have to be here. I mean, I'm
Look,
appreciative that you are.
look, look, Gary.
Hang on, let me bigify you.
That was me in May of 2022.
Wow, you've dropped a lot.
Uh, yeah,
How much weight have you lost?
I went from 330 to 180.
Wow. I'd like to be down to 180. I still got another 20 pounds to go.
Well, I've gained like 3 pounds, 5 pounds, or something like. But I mean, 180 was always my goal.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is like, even though I work out all the time every day, is like my diet's wrong because I'm eating more sugar, and when you eat sugar, dude, you're messed up. So I heard you saying that you were on a low carb, high protein. That
Yeah.
means you're cutting out a lot of sugars,
Oh, yeah.
and so and so that's basically what I did early for 2.5 years, and almost 3 years. But I bet I bet letting myself introduce more sugars into my life, and I've gained a few pounds, and
Yeah.
I feel cockapoo because of it. But it is what it is.
Hey, Digits. Yeah, I understand exactly what you're talking about. In fact, the first time I went on this type of diet, it's
Uh-huh.
Atkins. I learned it
Yeah,
from Atkins.
Atkins, absolutely.
And I got so in tune with what I was eating
Uh-huh.
that if I ate something that had sugar in it or I ate something that had carbohydrates in it, I could feel it. I just felt differently, which was weird to me. But I
Yeah.
dropped down to 156 pounds the first time.
Holy moly, it's like you disappeared.
Yeah, I mean, well, and I had people telling me that I was looking sick. And
Yeah,
yes, because I was so thin, which just wasn't like me. Because I'd been heavy all my whole life.
absolutely.
Not that, not that as a kid, uh, it doesn't take a whole lot to be heavy because you're shorter and what have you.
Yeah.
But don't eat red meat. I stopped a while ago. Okay. Uh, well, I try to space it out a little bit and try some chicken, and I eat salads and that type of thing. But you know, it's it's it's
I
hard to
can't eat
keep.
salad.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like lettuce.
Well, they have.
I don't like lettuce. Mm.
I don't blame you. Tammy doesn't like it either.
Yep. Yeah.
In fact, over this place they got called Ruby Tuesdays.
Oh yeah, we love Ruby Tuesdays. They closed them all down in Michigan, but we still love them.
Well, they've still got one over here. Don't know who what is. Ruby Tuesdays, maybe from the Northeast. Okay, I know you in New York.
Yeah.
But they had a salad bar pass where
Sub
you
digits.
sub digits. Good to see you, brother. Slow smoked lettuce.
Mm.
That's interesting. But I don't mind lettuce, especially. Of course, for me, it's more about the stuff you're putting on top of it.
Absolutely.
And so I like putting turkey and ham, and I love. One of the things that I like going down to Ramey's and getting their salad bar is because they've got pickled okra.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Oh, it is awesome. I love pickled okra. Yeah, they've got spinach, for salads. Surely you've seen it, Digits. But um, I like going down there occasionally, and anytime you get more than a pound, which I can pretty much guarantee you what, if I go down there, I'm going to eat at least a pound.
I
So
understand.
why wouldn't the cow cross the border? It was terrified. That that's cute.
Sheriff.
The but I mean, I like a good salad every now and again. McAllister's has one that's the chopped Savannah salad. Now it's probably more carbohydrates than I really need to eat. It's about, I think it's around 50, 50 grams of carbohydrates, but I'm trying to stay lower than that. Good to
I
see you.
understand. Yep. Yep.
And, I'm trying to multitask and I'm not any good at it. But
You're doing good. You're doing fine.
thank you. Terrified. Um, anyhow, well, I'll leave that highlighted so I can tell where it's at in the chat. But I, I don't know. They fill me up, and I'm okay with lettuce. We grow. During the summer, a lot of times we'll grow a lot of vegetables. I think I'm as bad as Amy. For a second there, I thought you said Army.
I did too.
Now I'm up. I went to bed at 7 last night. You got me wide awake. Let's do a 12. Nothing going on for me. Well, we might, but Tammy's going to want. I guarantee you, about not too long, she'll get up and she'll come in here, say, "Are you coming to bed?"
Ooh.
So she does that. Well, she doesn't sleep well if I'm not in bed.
Yeah.
So
Well, my wife's code word is, "Are you staying up?" And when I hear, "Are you staying up?" Time to go.
I get it.
Yeah.
I totally
Yeah.
get that. I mean, it's funny, when you get married, you kind of learn each other's way
Yeah.
of doing things. Oh, I'm sure I do. In Buglet, I'm just having a brain fart, and I've had a couple of drinks, so uh, in Buglet, we're related, right? So,
During the meetup, when you go live, don't blame me.
oh, I'll be going live. You can count that. Uh, Tammy wants what you said it, and you said bed. That sounds,
Clint, Gary,
yeah.
love you,
Hey,
bro. I gotta go.
all right. You have a good night, brother. Thank
All
you
right.
for
Good
coming.
night, Clint.
I appreciate you spending time with me.
Thank you guys.
I look forward to seeing you
Again. Meetup.
in person. It's going to be awesome. Hopefully a lot of y'all will go through and come up to, well, maybe you won't be able to, and that's okay. What you call a placement in bed, undercover police officer. I like that. That is funny. But we are going to be going to, over Huffman, Texas, in just a couple of weeks. Let's see, Serena, LOL, you'll have to remind me again later or email me. I understand. Let's see here. Jennifer, descended from the same person in the beginning. That reminds me, my daddy has gotten in touch with, well, I understand that and I appreciate it, Quinn. That's at some point, I've thought about doing some longer lives, maybe even doing another 24 live at some point. I've only done one of them, but all right. Well, come on. The dogs are getting a little. At least AJ's getting a little restless. All right. Well, come on. What is this? You'll come over here act like you want me to pick you up. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Up. Up. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. It's a good girl. That's a good girl. You so crazy. Uh, anyhow, the yes, I do quit. Although I'd love to meet you in person one of these days, brother. See, scientifically or biblically, either way, everyone is related, no matter what. I'm sure that's after all, we all came from the same spot, and the yes, you're a good girl. You are a good girl. This is my girl AJ. She hadn't been in the lap tonight yet. I guess she was feeling a little underappreciated. But just fell asleep. That's Fiona, isn't it? Yeah, I know it is. Yes, you're a good girl, and uh, that means President Trump is related to. Yeah, I reckon he is, Serena. I reckon he is. That's funny. Well, here's the thing. All right, last time you got fan mail, I'm not sure. Um, I'd have to look. I'm not. I'm not remembering off. It's been a little bit. Um, and that reminds me, though, I need to get a couple things ready to take with me over there. Let's see. It means Vladimir Putin is ready to Zelensky of the Ukraine. That's true. The anyhow, and I don't know. Oh, I probably ought to hit the like button. If y'all had to hit the like button, please feel free to if you like, if you want to. Check your. All right. Let me check my text. All right, I'm coming. All right, Quentin Nelson. There we go. Cool. Oh, wow. That's impressive. That's awesome. Which brings up an interesting point. Thank you for sharing that, Quentin. Um, it truly is cool. Uh, let's see. Getting all of them together and telling them that. I heard something the other day. Um, 20, 26 people hanging out. That is cool. It's saying 27, but 26, hey, it's all good. And it's, well, apparently quite a few. I'm thankful. And thank y'all for continuing to chat because I know that helps. It is free. 17 likes, 27 people watching. Well, there's probably a lot of people that just was on Dez's, left it running, and I'm thankful for that too because I am kind of working on watch hours. So, although I'm not sure to what end. Oh, Serena, I'm so sorry, darling. I have not made you a moderator yet. There you go. I don't know what was on my head. And anyhow, now 18. Well, that's appreciated. It really is. Here's the thing. In this life, and those of you that know me know that I tend to agree with what's going on in the country right now. And I understand. Yes, I understand that there might be some pains that go along with it. Um, but I do believe that the way that the government's been going, and I'm going to try to keep from doing anything political or talking much about politics, but I do think that we're spending a lot more money than we're generating. Can you imagine at your house if you spent more money? You know, imagine maxing out your credit cards and struggling because the credit cards charge outrageous interest. And now, granted, I don't pretend to know all about the politics. Never really followed it. In fact, I learned something. I was talking with somebody today, and I'm sure I will, JC. I did. I just made you. If you don't want to be one, all right, I'll take it off. My bad, Serena. There we go. Things are so. Yeah, things are expensive. But I was talking with somebody today, and one of the things that I have learned is that you know whether you are liberal or conservative, whether you consider yourself a libertarian, a Democrat, or a Republican, the things that we watch on here on television, on the computer, on our phones, they have one goal, just one. They want to keep your attention as long as they can. Um, and the fact is, I did. I turned it off, Serena, and I'm sorry. You're welcome. But they have one goal. If you think about it, they're in business to make money. Why would they give away the app? Why would they give away the service? Well, it's so that they can sell advertisements. And when they sell in advertisements, how do they sell advertisements? The more people, hey, MK, good to see you, ma'am. She's a wonderful lady over in the Philippines. How do they sell advertisements? They do it because they give it away. They give away the service. They get you involved in watching it. They get me involved in watching it. So what happens ultimately is, they give away the app. You don't have to pay for it, but then they sell advertisements on it. Well, they have a vested interest in having you continue to watch it. I guess it's good for me too, because I'm putting this on, although I'm not sure for what end, other than to hang out and say hey and see what's going on and talk with friends. You build relationships. But I think the bottom line is what happens is that, if you're watching news organizations, for example, let's see, okay, that's all, we're good. I easily tell you 50 jokes. Well, that's okay. I like jokes. Great idea to have a limit. I understand. Know yourself. I get that. And I believe along that lines, that's the reason why I don't drink anymore. Not really much, occasionally. Because I know my limits. I know that if I don't put limitations on myself, then I'm going to go too far. I know that about myself. Anyhow, I guess I'm going to get to the point. I keep beating around the bush, and it's not that I intend to. I just have a tendency to keep talking. I was talking with somebody today that I believe to be a Democrat. Not that it matters, because and the feeds that come into my TV, onto my YouTube, on the videos that YouTube shows me, it shows you things that it thinks you will click on. I've gotten good enough to look at a lot of the things and realize that's clickbait. Even though it continues to show them to me, I'm not going to click on them. And if that's not enough, it does show me some things. And some of the people that I do, enjoy watching, what have you, they tell things from one perspective. It keeps telling me that one of the things that you see is people walking away from like the Democratic Party. But yet, if you think about it, some very high profile people have. You'd look at Elon Musk was a Democrat. Trump was a Democrat. Tulsi Gabbard was a Democrat. There's a lot of folks that are high profile people that walked away. Well, guess what? I was talking with somebody today, and they were talking about how there was all these, Republicans that was demonstrating. I hadn't seen that. I don't doubt it. But let's see. The fact is that, it's going to feed into your, let's see, when I was in high school, my mother got me interested in a book called The Funny Insults and Snappy Put Downs. One of them was Keep Your Temper. I don't want it. I understand. I agree with that. You shouldn't lose your temper. But just understand that regardless of how you feel, there's another side to that coin. There's another perspective. And the trouble is at the moment is really that crap about politics. Remember, don't ever forget to be patriotic. Amen. I agree with that. To our country, uh, county, and our community. To me, it's about serving. I agree. Most importantly, we live in a great country. Amen. That's the point. That's my point. I feel. I agree with you, Quint. 100%, brother. Me and you, we like this. We eye to eye. Um, and that's kind of my point right now. That understanding can go a long ways. I don't think there's a lot of people out there that's trying to understand each other. Um, and I won't go into how I feel like we got there, but I think it's important to understand that's where we're at. I think it's important to understand that, your brother, your sister, uh, the people that maybe aren't even related to you. Yeah, I saw that, and it's something to be mindful of. Uh, yeah, we don't have to agree with the other side of the coin. That's true. But we do have to understand that I think that they're wanting, I think most people want the same things. They want safety. They want to have food to eat. They want to have clean water to drink. They want to have a roof over their head. Most of them, I don't know that everybody does. Some people seem to like it without that. Um, but it is what it is. See, always talking truck plot for only 9.99. Well, that's pretty cool. I may have to look into that. We don't have Ollie's around here though. They do have one over in Texas though. Oh, Jamie was just telling me about a trip. She went to Ollie's, and they may have one. It may be possible they bought one for the meetup. I don't know, but the bottom line is though that understand that we're all here together and we're all in this together. So you gain a lot. Don't pay so much attention to all the stuff that's out there pushing you away from somebody else, because those people are that's your family. That's the people that you're going to count on. Hopefully they'll take care of you when you're old. Let's see, for those who crochet or knit or blankets, always has Bernat blanket yarn for $4.99 a skein. I hope I'm saying that right. That's right. We don't have to agree on everything. Most importantly, we need to respect each other without violence. Hey, I'm right there. Oh, by the way, I would encourage people to be careful today. Today is the 29th, and happy 29th. But I also want to mention that I know for a fact that they've planned over 500 protests today across the United States. And so just be careful out there. I think that's the main point of it. And I will be live later today. Eddie's got a live at 7. I don't know if he's going to be there because, I don't know if y'all know it. Eddie had surgery today. And he was causing a ruckus with the doctors and nurses, I guess. And Jamie had to step in. They called saying, Jamie to come in. And, it's nothing in particular. Some people cuss so much that if they had to eat their words, they would die. Sometimes I feel like saying to them, I'd like to help you out. Which way did you come in? I understand it. I get that. It is the 29th. It sure is. And so we can all be happy about that. Hopefully you all have one. Hey, Cass. Good to see you. Best to you too. The but I think at this juncture, um, I have not been a huge fan of government. To me, it always seems like a bunch of entitled folks is making money off of us, and it seems like they're laundering money from what all the stuff. Not, I don't remember JC, JCT. I don't know that anybody was asking for advice. I'm just running on the mouth like I normally do. Um, uh, yeah, he had surgery today. Um, he had it this morning, and I talked. In fact, hey, I'll show you. Well, Eddie's got a short on one of his channels. I think it was on his channel, main channel, and it's right as he's coming out of anesthesia. It's kind of funny. You probably ought to watch it. Let's see. One girl tried to instigate a fight with me, and I wouldn't let her. She was knocking the books off the table or out of my arms, but I just kept picking it up. Well, I'm proud of you, Serena. I honestly am. Um, that's awesome. And see, yeah, make sure you check it out because Eddie's good people. And him, well, I ain't going to try to spoil it for you. Um, I'm not. He's, but it was Jamie caught him on as he was just coming out of anesthesia, I think. Let's see. Wanted to go to the principal's office, file a complaint against her, but I didn't want to stay. I get that. You saw his video? I did too. I thought it was funny. In fact, I think that's Jamie sent me a video of it. I think that's what it was. But I was doing something on the radio or something. So when I watched it, I didn't actually get to hear the audio. Let's see here. Is that it? No, that's not it. Here it is. Oh, that's when he still had the thing. That was before he did his video. So, but she did get him on videos, which is kind of cool. It is funny. I see too many people in my youth group that were sitting a few tables away from me. I was not to be the subject of youth group gossip. Well, that's just it. You know, some people are just not nice people. It's been my experience to take a preacher. You know, preachers can be either the very best or the very worst in us. Ever told me he's going to have surgery? It was an emergency type surgery. No, Quint. He has had it scheduled for a couple of weeks, I think, or at least a week, maybe longer. But yeah, I mean, seriously, preachers can be the best or the worst. Either it's sheep's, wolves hiding in sheep clothing, or it's people that have a desire to do right for the community, to help others, to do unto others as they would have them do unto them. And I think but you have to have the spirit of discernment. You have to be able to look at the situation and understand what's going on. If not, I like bacon. Honestly, I do. And I'm talking about the channel. I also love bacon that you eat. So, I see my dad break up fights in the middle school he taught. So I had no idea what could happen. It's not about to face him. I understand. There's something you don't want to disappoint your parents. It's one of the reasons why we don't. Oh wow, this chat has been. Am I that far behind in chat? No, I'm not. I'm on top of things, which kind of surprised me. One of the toughest things out there is to know that you disappointed somebody you love, and so That's one of the reasons why we don't, I'm not opposed to occasional cuss word. I do cuss in my regular life on occasion, but, I don't want to do anything on here that would you know, um, I don't want to do anything that would disappoint my mama. So, grade level principal, a member of the same church congregation. There we go. Um, YouTube police. Sup, Gary? Good to see you, Bruce. Always a pleasure, brother. Um, I'm glad you came in. I just saw MK a little bit ago as well. Hey, Scarface, good to see you. By the way, Scarface, there's a lot of really good folks in here, and if y'all would make it a point to type 29 in the channel so y'all can drop your links. Scarface may want to check you out. Who's that? Eddie had surgery today. I guess technically now it's yesterday. Today is the 29th, and yesterday he had surgery on the 28th. He had surgery on his wrist, and it was. I'm doing well. And if I was main question, what would Jesus do? Well, that's a good thing. The verse that sprung to mind was, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they should be called sons." There we go. It may have jumped on me. It did. Sons of God. There we go. Good to see you, James. Yes, 29 will drop links, and for that matter, DD will as well for Devil Dog. Or you can type Army, you can type Navy, you can type USMC, or you can type USAF, and it will drop your link. Watch, I'll show you. Not that, y'all will already know that this is me, so, but this is this channel. It should. There we go. YouTube police. But we do believe in being good to one another. Doing, well, it's okay. He's been expecting it. Maybe I ought to shut up about it because he, although he did a short on it when he was coming out of see, it's supposed to be on. What happened to your channel, JCT? Well, check. All right, I'll check my text. All right. Here we go. Thank you for coming in. I do respect my mama. Eddie's okay. He was on Dez's live stream earlier, although I think he was primarily just with his avatar up. And let's see. Y'all make sure you check out Shooting Star. That's Bruce. Shooting Star MS is a friend. I've had lunch with him a few times, and he is a good people. Thornless Arapahoes and Navajo blackberry bushes planted. That's awesome, Serena. I planted some of those myself. I just made the mistake of putting them in the wrong area of the yard. It didn't need enough sunlight. But I may try that again this year. Or maybe I'll put some blackberry bushes out by the blueberry bushes. Those seem to be in good. Well, I've already prepared the soil. Soil has to be in the neighborhood of, 4.5 to 5.5 pH for blueberry bushes to thrive. I don't think that, I guess I could look it up. I'm not going to right now, though. Georgia sweet candy roaster squash seeds, 4 marigold seeds, and scattered basil, and mustard seeds and bedouin. That's awesome. Sounds like you got a green thumb. We get along real well in the real world too, because I like gardening. Tammy does too. Dang, shoot star, been a while since I've seen you. That's another thing. YouTube can be a little sneaky. Um, I am at the mercy of YouTube, and I guess technically it's also a question of when I'm available and I sit down at the computer, because sometimes uh sometimes I don't, there's no telling when I'm gonna sit down at the computer. But um YouTube can be weird. But sometimes I sit down and I'm the first I go to the home thing and subscriptions, and I look at who's on there first, and I go back and I scan it, and somebody, I try to check other people out sometimes that I don't know real well, and I like to support, people that I do know. Anyhow, with that said, it's after 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock a.m. Central Time. I probably ought to shut it down. I hate to do it because we got 26 people here, and I need the watch hours, but I could use them. It ain't the end of the world if I don't get them, though. It's 3 a.m. there. Oh, wow. Have I ever grown paprika? I don't know that I've ever grown paprika. I have grown, maybe. I don't know. There are some, maybe that was pimento that I grew. It's like a pepper. I've grown quite a few different things, although I don't always treat them all the same. I've grown, I don't know how many different, there's over 50,000 types of peppers, and I've grown just a small percentage, not even a percent, but I've probably grown 6, 8, 10 different types of peppers. Tammy grows probably 10, 12 different types of mint. I've grown, I don't know, 10, 15 types of tomatoes. I do like talking that stuff. But anyhow, I'm sorry. I really need to end it so I can get to bed. Kind of tired. I worked 16 hours today, and then got on, and technically in about 4 hours is when I got up. Belt Loop 29 is my other channel, Serena. That's actually my main channel. Give me a second. I'll drop the link for you so that if you'd like to check it out, you can. Hang on. And that is a monetized channel. Currently, it's a little over 5,000 subscribers. And well, thank you, Emily. I appreciate that. Hey, get some sleep, Scarface. Thank you for coming in. Technically, I'm Belt Loop 29. And I'm all, I see my name's up here, right up here. And I guess I had it on YouTube Police at one point when I was over in Dez's. I hadn't changed it. I guess it's just the way it's set up. Sorry. Maybe I should try changing it. I don't know how to change it. I have to look into it. Garden Like a Viking comes on 11. Okay, cool. I'm not sure if I know that one. All right, thank y'all for coming in. We are, we just, what? No, I don't quite have 10 channels, but I think I've got 5 that have content. So anyhow, it's Belt Loop. These are my channels. YouTube Police, Belt Loop 29, Belt Loop 29 in Food, Belt Loop 29 Homestead, and Belt Loop 29 Cute Critters. If you'd like to check out some of, the puppies and what have you, and other stuff too. I did a lot of stuff at zoos put on there. You're welcome to. Hey, Pink Sparkles, good to see you. thank you for coming in. But yes, we are ending. Thank y'all for coming in. God bless you for coming in. We're going in. Let me go through and recognize the people that are here very quickly. Scarface, Ace, M. Buglet, JCT, MK Show TV Love 3X, Pink Sparkle, Scarface, Serena Norell, and Bruce over at Shooting Star, Mississippi. Thank y'all for coming in. Y'all have a great 29th, truthfully. And we'll see you. Hey, I'll be back live at some point today, at very minimum on Belt Loop 29, maybe at 8:30. That's what I regularly schedule. Thank y'all for coming in. We're going to leave in 3, 2, 1.